This is Opposite Attraction Season 4, Episode 11. A salute to all nations, but mostly Washington, D.C.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, keep your arms, legs, and whiskey bottles inside the vehicle at all times, because this here is Opposite Attractions. I am your host for the evening, Scottye Moore, joined as always by that little bitty mouseketeer of them all. It's Jim! Da-da! Murr! Da-da-da! Faye! Jim Murphy! Da-da-da!
This looks like someone found the whiskey bottles that I kept in the vehicle.
He looks like Stone Cold's older brother. That's really sad.
I was gonna shave today and I just forgot. Ran out of time.
Yeah, you looked at your razor and the razor said, "Give me a hell yeah," and you decided I couldn't do it. So you brought up something interesting before the show that I feel has so much comedic potential, and it is, of course, they've done Jungle Cruise. They did The Haunted Mansion, and they went, oh, that's a spooky film. Who should we get? Eddie Murphy, obviously. And apparently, what is the fucking Tower of Terror movie? Because you were saying that one, too.
It was, I don't think it was, I think it was just like made for TV or made for like video release, but yeah.
It wasn't an episode of just The Twilight Zone.
No, it was absolutely Steve Guttenberg, and I really do think Kirsten Dunst was the daughter, his daughter or something, and it did involve curses.
Okay, here we go. I've got it. It's a 1997 made-for-television supernatural horror film, which is a good combo. Written, directed by DJ
Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg and Kirsten Dunst, and it was based on, I don't know if you know this, it's based on the theme park ride, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
I mean, I guess Kirsten Dunst, oh no, we've discussed she was on Ghost Rider, so I mean, she is used to that supernatural stuff.
Yeah. The film, which has no connection to any incarnation of the Twilight Zone, was partially filmed at the actual attraction, while the rest was filmed on a stage.
It's just them on the ride.
Oh, please, please, please. Oh, good. Thank God. Yes, apparently it's all based on a curse.
Yes.
And I was like, please tell me that they include the elevator dropping, because otherwise it will be bullshit.
Yeah. Instead it's like the seedy motel of terror. It's 3 stories.
Yeah. Should we just yeah, that's what it is. Should we just like start our own mini movie review show where we watch garbage movies based on theme park rides?
Well, for garbage movies, there's only like 4? Fast and Furious.
Yes, we know that was based off of the sleeper hit Fast and Furious Supercharged, and they went, we should make movies out of this. Yeah, there shouldn't be many. There's Haunted Mansion, which I'm probably gonna watch soon.
I guess, does Tomorrowland count as a...
Yeah, Tomorrowland's a weird one, because I didn't know about, that was before I knew Disney World. It's when Tomorrowland came out, and I was like, this is an interesting concept. And then when I got there, I'm like, they made a whole section of the park based on that one fucking movie. Hell yeah, man. Alright, so we were joking before the show, but now genuine, honest. What ride deserves a film?
Fidgement, I said this. Fidgement is absolutely...
It's definitely Fidgement. Like,
no one's gonna go and be like... Because I was thinking through my head of what attractions... I mean, they did the comic book of Figment.
Yeah.
And they did a comic book Haunted Mansion, which was awesome. But
yeah, there's
not that many like IPs that Disney has that are theme park first.
Now, would you base it off of the current ride of Figment?
Absolutely not. I would
There
base
we
it off
go.
the comic book.
Yeah, baby. Pop that shit
And
there.
the Dreamfinder would be played by Nick Offerman.
Hello, my good dinosaur friend. It appears as though we are going onto a journey into fucking something. Who knows? Who would be your casting for Figment then?
I don't know, because that's a really rough voice to nail down.
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart.
Aziz Ansari.
Oh God, no! I can't handle that for an hour. Just that little dragon coming out and be like, "Excuse me, I'm here." Although, if you just put like some gangsta flair on that, you do have Kevin Hart. I am a dragon of the imagination, okay? That's very interesting. No, it's now a buddy cop movie. Dreamfinder. Figment. We've assigned you a new partner. Hello.
Not really a theme park thing, but I really would watch like a cop TV show if it was like Star Wars universe or like Lord of the Rings. Like Lord of the Rings cop movie or cop TV show, I'd watch that. That'd be crazy.
Boss, please let me get through to have this promotion. You shall not pass. Come on, boss. Yeah, I don't know I do know I really want the Guillermo del Toro Haunted Mansion to happen eventually. Which, by the way, did you see what he tweeted today?
No, I do not follow Guillermo del Toro on the internet.
Oh, well, Chaboy has apparently been doing work. Because he was like, these are all films that I have written and fully produced to completion, but haven't been, like, made yet. And it's, like, a shit ton of stuff. And Haunted Mansion's in there, Pacific Rim 2. He's like, but not the one that came out. He's like...
I went back and made Police Academy 3.
He listed,
again.
like, 25 films, and I was like, just make the Haunted Mansion one for me, buddy. That's all I need. But I'm still trying to think of, like, what mine would be.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Like, they also made a shitty Country Bears movie.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But, like, they're not going to make, like, a Tiki Room movie, I don't think. But there's not that many... Like I said, there's nothing.
Tiki Room would get hinted at, I think. Like some other bigger film would have, like, a Tiki Room in it.
Apparently, when Pirates of the Caribbean films were big, they kind of wanted to change the Tiki Room into a Pirates-themed thing of, like, Jack Sparrow showing off parrots for pirates or something.
I mean, as opposed to what it is now, which is a fucking fever dream of birds screaming at you.
And it used to be like 4 minutes longer because they had a weird, like, I think German number in the middle of it somewhere.
We've talked about that before. Man, Space Mountain maybe, and I don't know what it would be.
It would be that movie, Mission to Mars with Harland Williams.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. They have no, that's Rocket Man.
Oh, that is Rock. Yes.
Yeah.
Whichever one where he farts in a tube, but that is.
It's just they have so many IPs, like, based rides now that I can't be like, oh yeah, we should make a ride based off of Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. You sure? I want them to have more, like, park-based IP, but I don't think that's where they're going, and that kind of makes me sad.
Like, they're barely holding on to Figment right now, and it's only because I think the backlash would cause the park to be leveled.
It would be bombed. The park would get bombed if they took out Figment.
Like, they have the Orange Bird, and they have whatever Duffy was supposed to be, although he's more in Japan and China than in the United States.
America. The free world, as it were.
Let's see, what else do they have?
Because most of their non-IP stuff is usually, like, roller coasters.
They have Warden Wilson Matua.
Yep, absolutely. How about Aerosmith presents Rock and Roller Coaster, the movie?
It would just be the video game Revolution X again.
And then when someone makes a game adaptation, it's Aerosmith presents Rock and Roller Coaster, the movie, the game, the ride.
Isn't that, wasn't that a Street Fighter gag, I think?
Yeah. Oh, man. It wouldn't be... Okay, if I had to make a film based off of Rock and Roller Coaster, you obviously... Actually, I'm fairly sure it wouldn't be that weird. Okay, it's like a new kid on the block, and he's got to get Aerosmith to their gig on time. It's definitely Tom Holland. Tom Holland has to get Aerosmith to their gig on time, but there's all kinds of, like... And it's not like it's 5 o'clock, the show's at 6. It's like, we're in California, the show's in New York tonight at noon. Or tonight at, like, 8. You gotta get us there, Tom Holland. And then it's essentially a road... It's a road trip film with Aerosmith and Tom Holland getting into hijinks on the road.
I want Steven Tyler to be played by Tom Green.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And then one other, like the drummer of Aerosmith, will be played by Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
For no reason.
And then Joe Perry will be played by the drummer of Aerosmith. And then Tom Holland will be played by Joe Perry.
Joe Perry, yes. And then Joe Perry would be Spider-Man.
I would watch so much Spider-Man if he swung off of his guitar. Let's go.
Isn't that one of the suits in the new game?
Yeah, it's Joe Perry. So Jim, this is a podcast where we build our own theme park and also tell Bob Iger that I want the Tom Holland Aerosmith film now.
Oddly enough, I think that my attraction could have been a movie.
Yeah. But this season, we're rocking in the free world. We've got an American theme park, the one thing that Disney could never do damn right. So we went to America, and it's all based around America. We got Alabama theme park rides, got California theme park rides, and then we decided not to do a state because Jim's fucking insane, and we're doing Washington, D.C., A show that's not normally political. We still decided, fuck it, let's try DC and see what happens.
I did not technically go political.
Oh, okay.
For that reason. Technically. You'll see why.
Oh, no, I tried. I Googled, like, shit about DC that's not political, and they're like, I don't know, they drink a lot of wine? Like, that's it.
Yeah, all the roads that are named after states lead to the Beltway.
Thomas Jefferson signed his name T.I. because back in the day they hadn't invented J's yet.
Yeah, and then he wrote some kick-ass rhymes.
Yeah.
And that's where the Hamilton thing came from.
And then he beat Hamilton in a rap battle and then won the presidency. I don't think that's accurate. Anyways, what's your ride about, Jim?
So I'm not going to tell you the title right now, but the queue is the Dupont Underground at Dupont Circle, which is essentially like an old trolley stop that was an underground trolley that they've now made into like an art center type thing, like a bar scene, sort of a weird, something like that. That's pretty much what you walk into. And but you're being told that you're going to tour a part of the trolley thing that's like not been converted, so it's all derelict. And what should come out of one of the tunnels but a weird, crazy ass looking trolley that the front of it is open, but it's basically screens because we can't pay for the person that's driving the trolley, which is Joe Biden.
Okay.
He's dressed like Doc Brown in Back to the Future 2.
Fuck yes.
Because he is gonna take us back in time on his trolley.
Oh, okay, good. You were getting violently close to what my ride is, and I was like, I need you to turn away. Time travel. Good, you did it.
So he comes over, so you can kind of see him on this like screen that's on the front that's basically like supposed to be windows. Yeah. So it's that kind of thing. This is going to be very Fast and Furious supercharged. I apologize in advance for that.
Piece of shit.
He introduced you to his co-pilot, Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay, I'm down with that.
Who is wearing a life vest for no reason.
Is this a joke?
It's for Back to the Future. It's Back to the Future.
Oh, she's being Marty.
Yes. So they ask you, they tell everybody to get on the trolley because they're going to go back in time. And because it's a Back to the Future thing, they are going to go to 1985.
Okay.
So the maximum speed of a trolley is apparently only 55. So he's going to make a joke about how he wants to get up to 88 miles an hour, but he can't.
Okay.
So you're going to go, the ride will start, and it will basically go around a corner, and you will be whisked back in time to 1985. But in 1985, the Dupont Underground was completely derelict, all of it, because it shut down in the 60s.
Okay.
And then they're, like, trying to figure out what to do, and Millie Bobby Brown decides to escape and make the world a better place, because now she has knowledge of the future.
Okay.
So
I feel like you're setting up for the shittiest punchline ever.
No, there's really not one. The ride is called Biden Time.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to be like Biden's 11. Because of Bob Millie.
So her and Joe Biden end up basically getting a fight in the front of the train, which you can see because of TV, like closed-circuit TVs in the trolley.
Okay.
And the outside of the trolley is basically screens, so she does get mad and leaves, and so you see like her run across the screen, which is supposed to be like the outside of the trolley, and she's going to try to leave, but she can't really find her way out. But Joe forgets that there's only so long he can be like back in time before it shoots him back to the original time.
Mm-hmm.
So he like tries to go after her, but he's like, crap, I got to get back. So he jumps back in the thing and leaves her. You go forward in time, and you are met by forces of the Queen Millie Bobby Brown, who has taken over the world.
Okay.
In the 34 years since she went back in time, she would now be in her late 40s because she's only like 14 right now. One of the guards comes after Joe and like drags him off, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. Like, I have to get the people back or whatever. I have to get they basically tell him to get the people off the trolley, and he's like, well, the control for the door is in the thing. Let me get it. You don't know how to run it. I don't want you to like cause an explosion."
Yeah. So
he goes in, and he's like, luckily they didn't understand what the fuel for this is, and then he pulls out a CD of Quad City DJs Come on the Train and Ride It.
Yeah. Okay. And that's what powers it?
Yes, that is absolutely what powers it. So then that's going to play quite loud.
Okay. That's not far away from Fast and Furious, by the way.
You don't really... It does play earlier, but you don't really pay attention to it because it's not very loud, but this time it is very loud. And then you do go back in time, and he is able to basically like grab Millie Bobby Brown and get her back in the car and take her back to the normal present where everything is fine, and that is the end of the ride. Although, one of the guards does end up getting knocked out in the front of the cab. Joe punches him out.
Oh, okay.
As he tries to get into the cab when Come on the Train and Ride It starts playing. And that guy, as you're going back to the normal present, he does fade out of existence.
Aww. He did. So,
he never existed in the first place. It's okay. He wasn't real.
So, Jim, how much heroin did you do? And I know I'm not the one who should be saying things like this, but...
I will say that what started me down this rabbit hole was when I was looking at things to call it. My original idea was to call it the Retro Metro.
Okay, that's cool.
But there are no, like, derelict metro stations in DC that I could find. So it made it hard to like put him in a subway car, which was my original idea.
Now I'm going back to the whole DC thing, and I feel like the only thing that really connects it to DC is Joe Biden, because
he would definitely be he'd have the silver glasses and like a yellow jacket, and he would be completely insane. As is his way.
I'm just saying, throw Aquaman in there so there's a few more DC connections. That's all. Shit, I should have made a fucking superhero ride. It would have been a fun goof.
The thing about Millie Bobby Brown becoming queen is that she is actually English.
Oh yeah, I was aware of that. And that's why I was like, why the fuck? Millie Bobby Brown was the weirdest addition, and I was like, why is he focusing on her so much?
Well, I had to come up with a Marty McFly analog that would be young enough to still be alive, depending on what year I went back to, but also wouldn't have been alive then also. That really narrows it down. Like, it was either her or, like, one of the Sprouses.
I think a Sprouse would be better. In all honesty, though,
I don't know what their birthday was, and I didn't look it up.
If we don't have to commit to the concept of Back to the Future, make it Barack and have him go back and to right before Barack was born and leave him there, and just see what happens.
Yeah, I did want to say that the reason why he does use the Quad City DJs is because Barry told him to.
Yeah,
told him that
Barry
was the
fucking
power.
loves the Quad City DJs, baby. In all likelihood, I know you said we don't. We probably have to use screens. We know Joe Biden. We know his theme park antics. He'll come if we want him to. We'll be like, Barry or Joey, we need you for this, right? He's like, you got me.
Yeah, can you work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365? Hell yeah!
Now, for my ride, I couldn't shake the sin I had committed last week of talking about the better Hall of Presidents, but with guns. And I was like, I wanted
the shaft of presidents.
Yeah, the shaft of presidents. And then I got to a point. Well, Barack Obama was really the shaft of presidents when you think about it. But I was like, I don't want to do anything political. Let's Google shit. And that's where I found out there's some shit about fish that I didn't really pay attention to. A lot of them drink wine.
What, like the band fish? Is that what you're saying?
No, like there's just some fish thing. Like I think there's a very long open fish market or something. Wine. And then the one that struck me as being very good for a theme park, because it's apparently only Washington, D.C. and Disney World are the places that do this. But they have fucking tunnels underneath the ground for people to get around Washington, D.C.
For safety.
For safety, yes, because they know if Donald Trump walked out in broad daylight, what would happen?
One of them, I think, was built to house George Washington's body, and they ended up not using it.
Oh, that was another fun fact, was the fact that George Washington's empty grave is there.
And you can look into it.
And you'd be like, there ain't fucking nothing in here, man. So that leads to my ride, which is called the Halls of Presidents.
The Utilidors of Presidents.
The Utilidors of Presidents. And the show building does look like a tiny Capitol building. And you go in, and it looks very patriotic, like you would expect walking into something like that. There are, of course, people in the queue selling wine by the gallon. As you continue to walk through the queue, however, you reach a secret section of the Capitol building that leads down into the special fucking humidors that are all over DC, apparently. And there is where you're joined by your host, a very special man who knows a lot about the secrets of Washington, D.C. Hello, everybody. It's me, Nic Cage. For those of you who have not seen, apparently several U.S. senators have been taken away in recent months. They've been abandoned. We don't know where they are. So it's up to you, and it's up to me to go deep underground and find them. Because no one's come out of here in years. I don't know why he's turning into George W.
Yeah,
Bush.
I think what you need is for that throat is a Halls of Presidents. Is what you need.
Halls of Presidents. So
I was trying to find a way to sneak that one in there.
Nic Cage explains that several senators, they've gotten lost. They think that they're lost in the halls. And so that's where you get into the ride vehicle, where you kind of go through these creepy, empty halls that people haven't been down for years, including the area where George Washington's grave is. And then as you approach the grave, you look. There ain't no one in there. The senators aren't in there. Pwah! It's zombie George Washington. He's right there, and he's fucking getting at you. Oh, no. Nick puts the car into auto fast, and then you go fast, and you start running down, and then, like, an Abe Lincoln animatronic tries to attack you, and it's all the dead presidents. They're zombies. And I did like the idea. Jim, I don't know if this joke's going to be in poor taste, so, I mean, but I did like the idea of, you know, at the end of Haunted Mansion, where they put, like, the hologram of the ghost in the car with you.
Yes.
I thought about putting in the back of the car a hologram of JFK.
That might be in poor taste.
But I wasn't sure how in bad taste the JFK hologram would be, but...
Does right before Nic Cage, but just right before I almost said Johnny Cage, that's a weird thing. Just right before he hits the, like, go fast button, does he say, we gotta be gone in 60 seconds?
Yeah, oh, of course he does. And then finally you've escaped all these dead presidents, you find yourself in a dark room, and then you just hear... Ba. Ba. Da. Ba. Ba. Da. Ba. Ba. Da. 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 And then a fucking massive jump scare. I don't know how you do that in a ride, but you're gonna get a jump scare of the...
Figment. We go back to Figment.
Of the Babadook, which is a version of the Babadook that is dressed like Donald Trump. And he comes out and he starts attacking your cart. And then that's when you find the senators. They've all been brainwashed by the Babadook. They are pawns of the Babadook and begin to chase after you, forcing you to get out and get out fast. But then, of course, this is, of course, also National Treasure 3, which means we gotta find some treasure. And that's when Nic Cage enters a room, and he goes, "Oh my God! They said it was a myth. They said it wasn't here. But we found it, ladies and gentlemen. We found it. And you have found the secret room of LBJ's golden condoms, which are worth nearly $1 billion in total." At which point Nic Cage gets out of the cart. This is going to be a very great movie ride kind of scene. Gets out. Then the senators come and assault him. And it's your job now to escape from the Babadook. The Babadook takes him away. You guys get out. Finally run out of the corridors into, I guess what would be like our exit area. And it's like, kind of like a makeshift White House where there is a Oval Office that you can take pictures in. And you know the Disney technology they have now where, like, the 3 hitchhiking ghosts can be taking pictures next to you?
Yes.
Well, this one's gonna have the Babadook behind you about to eat your eternal soul. So that's what's gonna happen there. And then after that, there are also, I don't know if I've told you my favorite part about Fast and Furious Supercharged, but it is the fact that they just have a wax figure of Vin Diesel. And it's like, you know, a wax figure...
I saw the picture.
Well, usually a wax figure they try to keep behind ropes where people won't, like, touch him. He's just out where anyone can just, like, fucking forearm smash his face and send him falling into the Corvette behind him. But we're also going to have a wax figure of Nic Cage in National Treasure. And next to him are going to be our free giveaway that everyone can get and take a picture of Nick with, and it's a Declaration of Independence that you get to steal. I've not thought about other merch opportunities really for it. Literally all that came to mind was, well, photo op at Oval Office with the Babadook and steal the Declaration of Independence. Although, oh shit, no, I think I've got it. I just cracked the code. And it is this. The Declaration of Independence on the back, you get a special pin with it. One part of the pin is a black light, and it shows you a map of Free World, and it's like the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. You get to go around and fucking do shit.
I think the adventure, the Seven Seas Pirates thing would probably be a better analog for this.
Are you sure it's not Agent P's World Showcase
Well,
Showdown?
either one of those, where there's like, because if you do Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, there's like screens involved and like weird, like there's a game element, but the other thing is just like you go to a spot and you like do something and like a show scene happens. I think that would be easier implementation.
Yeah. I really want to do Sorcerers. I still haven't done it yet. It's my favorite thing is walking around that fucking park and just seeing some random kid and then doing weird shit, and then all of a sudden Ursula appears just like, "What's up, you? How you doing?"
I played once and I wasn't very good, and I traded some cards with somebody.
Wait, you get cards?
Yeah, when you go into the firehouse, they give you like a pack of cards for free every time you go in. You can do it like once a day or whatever. So you can just keep going back because there's like 100 and some cards of different that all have different like stats and powers and stuff. They're almost like, I don't want to say they're like Magic the Gathering cards, but they're kind of.
What the fuck is Sorcerers of the... I thought it was like Agent P. I thought it was just walk around and do shit.
No. Yeah, the cards are what like interacts with the screen.
Do you get to get into like wizard duels? Is this Magi
Yeah, that's
Quest?
that is pretty much what it is. You like hold the card up to the to the little camera and it knows what card it is, and so like it does certain attacks.
That's dope as all hell, and I'm
so
definitely
like if
doing
there's
it.
like I'm trying to think like I think one year for like the Christmas party you could get a card that was like Huey, Dewey, and Louie snowball fight. And like if you held that card up, if you like held the card up, like a bunch of snowballs would like hit the villain in the head or whatever.
I'm mad I've never done
And it's actually hard. There's like 3 levels of difficulty, and if you're able to like beat them all, like it takes a while.
Yeah.
And it is hard. You have to know like what cards are good for each person and and what time to use them, and it's harder than it looks.
That's awesome.
But people have like binders of the cards, like the kind of shit you put baseball cards in or something.
Holy shit, dude! Why have I never done this? I'm mad.
Yeah,
now.
there's a good number of cards.
Yeah.
Although I think now they only put out new ones like for Halloween and Christmas every year, and that's it.
Okay. So Jim Murphy, it's been an episode. We done fucked this park right. So
what are we doing next week? I can't remember.
I was tempted to do Oregon, but I finished Gravity Falls and it made me cry so hard. And I don't want to revisit that universe without the spirit of Alex Kirsch urging me on. So I may just go back to randomstate.org or whatever the fuck it was.
Do you not want to do Oregon at all? Like not even like in a week or something?
Nah, man.
Because we do still have Alaska.
Oh, Alaska would be good. Oh, wait. Have we done Utah? I feel like that's going to go to the Mormon well too quickly. I'm just going to change
That's going to go to the Kavinbacon well is what that's going to go to.
Kavinbacon well. Mississippi would just be like worse Alabama.
It's Alabama with extra asses.
Yeah. We did West Virginia, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. That was Country Roads. How many episodes do we have left? I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on Alaska yet.
Okay, well, we got 4.
Got 4, so I get to pick 2 more of them.
Yeah, we were going to do Puerto Rico.
Oh, my boy! We are going to Puerto Rico next week, then.
It's going to be an adjacent park that's off on the other side of the parking lot.
No, this is the parking lot.
No, that's Hawaii.
Yeah. So, Jim, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter at apparently smart. Please follow me and read all my old tweets.
And you can find me on Twitter at ScottyMo, SCOTTYEMO. Buy all my books on Amazon, the Queasel Corp Trilogy, BS versus the Gods, or pick them up on Audible. Get you a free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/BS Network. You get a free audiobook. It supports us. It's win-win, but if you want to support us elsewhere, you can. Either on picking up some merch. We just released some really dope Christmas sweaters. And the op-at one's not bad. I like it a lot. And you can pick it up at merch.aloadofpurebs.com or support us by donating to the Patreon, patreon.com/aloadofbs, ladies and gentlemen. So check that out. Check out all the other shows at aloadofpurebs.com. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. We need all the feedback we can get. And remember, you can find Jim and me on Twitter at OpAtShow. That's spelled OPPATTSHOW. Are you down with OPP?